Now we go to South America. Jose Enrique Brito of Ecuador lines up on row 3 with Marcel Schirmer of Germany. Sasha Pio Haider of Germany and Steve Bull of the United Kingdom are row 4. Another of the girls, Jessica Bachmann, she's on row 5 alongside Dutchman Jordi van Moorsel. Marco Gottler and Ferenc Kankshar are row 6. Ferenc Kankshar, who we'll be talking to in our live lounge a little later in the day on our television coverage. Yakomati Paulin and Marius Rau are row 7. Row 8, Christoph Adams, second of the Masters, and Jamie Billings. Row 9, Frederick Franson and Bonds Billings, and Bonds' brother Clive completing the grid in cart number 671. Clive Billings, Ron Billings, Christoph Adams and Tomokazu Kawase are the Masters in the class in the aggregated grid. Andreas Bachmann has not practiced very much here this week. He's been at school back home in Sweden with important lessons to attend, and so he's not done as much as most of the drivers here, but he did one thing yesterday afternoon, qualified fastest in the qualifying competition, so today he starts the heats on pole position. "13 laps is the race distance for the DD2 heats. And you're looking at Andreas Bachmann on the left-hand side there, and it was Konstantin Schürrle who went on the right-hand side alongside him. Just to give you the geography of the track at the moment, they're at the infield, the complex technical section, where we've got some serpentines and some chicanes and a tight hairpin. Just coming up now to a right-hand hairpin, which leads down to a short straight, which is followed by a left and right chicane, and then onto the home straight. Here we are turning left on through the chicane, and the next turn is a right turn onto the home straight. So let's see how we go from here. And it's an aborted start, we are not racing, the start is aborted. Difficult for me to see why that was not started. It may have been that the formation towards the back of the grid was incomplete. There was some really big gaps right at the back. Well, there's one of our officials just trying to explain what he's looking for. So the first of our false starts of the day, or the first of our restarts, I should perhaps say. Glorious weather here at Adria with, well, glorious, I say. It's got a lot of white cloud in the sky, but plenty of warm sunshine. Warm sunshine just giving me a bit of a challenge to see the screen pictures that you're seeing. And of course, bright sunshine sometimes negates the colours, doesn't it? So we don't see as clearly as we might. This is Andreas Bachmann to the left of your screen, who will start on pole position, and Konstantin Schürrle. The third of the drivers there at the moment, although she'll start in P4, was Natalia Balbo. Natalia Balbo, kart 656. Well, it wasn't a very even start, I don't think, but certainly it's a legitimate start, and Andreas Bachmann now leading from the Japanese driver, Tomokazu Kawase. Jose Enrique Brito also going well. He's driving in the, let me see, the CRG, isn't it? I'm not certain that I identified him accurately, possibly got this slightly wrong. But a huge lead for Andreas Bachmann. Konstantin Schürrle now making his presence felt from the outside of the front row. Natalia Balbo didn't get the best of starts because Konstantin Schürrle was a little bit slowly away in front of her, but all of this has worked to the advantage of poleman Andreas Bachmann, and I can certainly tell you that the leader of the Masters is Tomokazu Kawase, because he started in P3 and has made a good start. This is the end of the opening lap. Andreas Bachmann from Konstantin Schürrle and Tomokazu Kawase are 1, 2, 3. Jose Enrico Brito 4th, Natalia Balbo 5th. We've called all of those 5 in commentary, and they are the top 5. Behind them, Sasha Pio Haida went through 6th. Steve Bull had a good start for 7th. Marcel Schirmer, not such a good start, went through 8th. Ferenc Kankshar, who was in P12, I think, is already up to 9th. And Jordi van Moorsel, the Dutchman, completing the top 10. Just outside the top 10, the second of the ladies in the race is Jessica Backman from Sweden. And the second of the Masters is Christoph Adams, but he's down in 14th place at the moment. Setting off on lap 3. And it's not been a good lap for Tomokazu Kawase, because both Jose Enrique Brito from South America and Natalia Balbo from here in Italy have both gone past him. While I was looking at the lower order of the screen, Andreas Backman's lead is 0.4 of a second. Just peering, well, that looks like a hint of a challenge from Konstantin Schürrle. He's not in a position to make a challenge at the moment, but he's certainly in a position to take advantage of anything that's a bit untidy by Andreas Backman. As our screen pictures are showing you, there's no really close wheel-to-wheel battle, and I'm not going to try to pretend that there is, but there's people who are not so far in front of the others. Andreas Backman's margin, 0.226 of a second, but it looks closer now, and Konstantin Schürrle definitely looking to put some pressure on the driver from the north of Sweden. From, I think they live just south of the Arctic Circle, but it's close to the Arctic Circle, so this warm weather here in Italy is going to be in stark contrast to what it's going to be like back home in the forthcoming weeks. Andreas Backman definitely under pressure from Konstantin Schürrle, but definitely not finding a way past, because it looks to me as if Andreas Backman has got the geography of this track absolutely right. They go through to start another lap, and Konstantin Schürrle looks a moment as if he might have had a peep on the inside, but it's not worked. And as a result, the third place driver now is a lot close, altogether closer, which is Jose Enrique Brito. Jose Enrique Brito from Ecuador goes second. Jose Enrique Brito goes second. So the guy from South America has made a long journey to get here, but he's making it count. This is lap 5 of 13 in the DD2 opening qualifying heat. Andreas Backman is from Sweden. Jose Enrique Brito, he's from Ecuador, and Konstantin Schürrle is from Austria. Behind them is the lady from Italy, Natalia Balbo. Behind Natalia, Tomokazu Kawase is in 5th place. He might be a little disappointed, having started in P3, to be running 5th now, but he's well clear of the rest of the Masters. 6th is Marcel Schirmer, 7th is Steve Bull. 8th is Jessica Backman, who's driven into the top 10. Last time I mentioned Jessica, she was running 11th. She's now 8th. So the girls are 4th and 8th in this one. Sasha Pio Haida is 9th. And Jaakko-Matti Paulin of Finland completes the top 10. Just having a look at those who we might have expected to be further forward. Jordi van Moorsel, the Dutchman, outside the top 10 at number 11. Ferenc Kankshar defending his Rotax world title later this month here in Italy, down in 12th place on the previous lap. Has he made any further progress? No, he still goes through in 12th place. Jaakko-Matti Paulin of Finland went past Sasha Pio Haida of Germany for 9th place, and Natalia Balbo, the girl from local to the Adria circuit, has moved up into 3rd place, which means that Konstantin Schürrle, who in my commentary was said to be making real progress, and in fact Jose Enrique Brito has gone first. Jose Enrique Brito takes the lead off Andreas Backman, and Andreas's lead in time terms at the end of lap 6 was 0.36 of a second, but that's evaporated. So we move into the second half of the race. 6.5 laps gone, coming up to 7 laps gone. Jose Enrique Brito, our new leader. Andreas Bachmann second, Natalia Balbo in third place. And looking pretty useful for Brito, the South American, because he's put, what, definitely five, maybe 6 kart lengths, getting very tight in second, third and fourth. Natalia Balbo in second place now, torn between looking out of the window to the circuit proper versus looking at the screen versus looking at my timing screen. Right now, let's do a visual for you looking out of the commentary box window. That's definitely Brito in the lead. It's definitely Natalia Balbo, the lady, in second place, and third place Andreas Bachmann. Be interesting to know just why Andreas Bachmann has spilt a pretty decent lead of was it 2.6 of a second 2 laps ago, now running third and under a little bit of pressure from Konstantin Schürrle. The front 4 a bit detached now, 6th going up to 5th, I do believe. Let me just try and identify if that's right. It was Tomokazu Kawase going from 6th to 5th at the expense of Marcel Schirmer. So Marcel Schirmer of Germany drops to 6th. The Japanese driver Kawase moves up into 5th place. Kawase still in a commanding lead of the Masters category. This is lap 9 of 13. Now, clear leader still is Jose Enrico Brito, but I would say that Natalia Balbo is getting a little bit closer. Again, let me go back to the numbers board. It's down from 0.44 of a lead to 0.38 of a lead. So the message to us from the transponders is Natalia Balbo, the girl in second place, is getting closer to the race leader. But Andreas Bachmann has just got himself in front, but then not able to sustain it. And Andreas Bachmann momentarily then under threat from Konstantin Schürrle. So an interesting race, the 4 drivers at the front. That little flurry of events has actually worked in favour of Jose Enrique Brito, whose lead over Natalia Balbo is about 5 kart lengths now, maybe even 6. Behind Natalia Balbo is Andreas Bachmann. Behind Andreas Bachmann is Konstantin Schürrle, and those 4 are well clear of the rest as we move on to lap 11. So 3 laps to go, including the one that they're on. Behind those front-running 4, Marcel Schirmer is 5th. Tomokazu Kawase, he's shipping places, gaining places, shipping places. Right now running 6th at the moment, the Japanese. Yakamati Paulin of Finland is up to 7th. Sasha Pio Heidi, the German, 8th. Jordi van Moorsel, the Dutchman, into the top 10 at 9th. And Ferenc Kankshar, the Hungarian, into the top 10 at number 10. But fallen out of the top 10, Jessica Bachmann of Sweden now down to 12th place. This is coming round to complete lap 11 of 13. We set off with 2 to go. And Jose Enrique Brito's lead is now a rather commanding one of 7/10 of a second. So I think we can say that it's Jose Enrique Brito's lead. Jose Enrico Brito's race to lose from here. 1 3/4 laps to go, and he's got 7/10 of a second from Natalia Balbo in second place, Andreas Bachmann third, Konstantin Schürrle fourth, Marcel Schirmer fifth. They are the top 5. There was no change of place behind those on the previous lap. 1.5, in fact under 1.5, only 1 1/4 laps remaining. In fact, race leader now setting off on his final lap. Jose Enrico Brito, kart number 672. Jose Enrico, he's from Quito in Ecuador, started racing when he was 9, 18 years of age now. Racing hero Michael Schumacher, hobby when he's not racing karts is running. Motorsport goal to be a professional. His favourite racetrack here at Adria and also Lenato, sponsored by Laboratorios Clínicos Dialab. And also he wants to thank his father for his support. Well, you're paying them back, Jose, because you're coming forward to make one more right-hand turn. You'll see the checkered flag and take the checkered flag for victory. So Jose Enrique Brito wins it. Natalia Balbo in second place. Andreas Bachmann third. Konstantin Schürrle fourth. Marcel Schirmer in fifth place. Tomokazu Kawase finishes an eventful race in sixth. Yakomati Powell in seventh. Sasha Pia Haida 8. Jordi van Moorsel 9. And Jessica Bachmann, a little bit of an up and down race, but she finishes with a top 10 position. She's in 10th place, just outside the top 10. Ferenc Kangshar 11th. Marco Gottler in 12th. For the Masters, Tomokazu Kawase 1. Frederick Franson 2. Ron Billings 3. On that race, we lost Jamie Billings and we lost Christoph Adams. And late on, we also lost Steve Bull. So a little bit unfortunate there. So let's just wait until they clear the circuit.